A man torn from his family, murdered in his prime, only to return to Earth resurrected.
We'd like you to become an operative in the Corps.
Fight evil, save souls.
As an agent of the Almighty Corps.
Chandler, meet your new partner.
With no magic, no special powers, forbidden from intimate contact, unrecognizable to those from their past lives. Chandler Smythe and Henry McNeil now fight to save lost souls against the minions of darkness.
Deals with the devil or bad. It's our job to stop him.
Is he always like this?
It is a battle of good versus evil. Good versus evil. That's what it is.
Old vampire.
Why don't we just call him Angel? The vampire with soul.
Cursed with a conscience.
I can make you happy.
You wouldn't like me when I'm happy. Looking to save lost souls.
You'll make the pain stop, won't you?
Including his own.
There's going to be a lot of trouble. And I say bring it on.
Angel. Thursdays on Space.
So, genetics gave you one kind of hairstyle. Maybe you'd prefer another? Presenting Physique, scientifically designed to let you create and keep the hairstyle you want. Physique Volumizing Collection gives amazing volume. Physique Straight Shape Collection gives an incredible straight look. Each lasts 20 hours. So while genetics may be predetermined, your style is totally up to you. Physique Collection. Physique Science gives you the style nature didn't.
Hardware dealers have always been a little different. Full of great ideas and good advice, they have everything you need for any plumbing project, and they're always ready to help out.
Now, let's pick out some taps.
Home Hardware. Help is close to home.
2 ways to treat your skin to a facial. $65, please. Olay Daily Facials. Without making an appointment or having to wait, you can cleanse, exfoliate, clarify, and hydrate your skin at home. Use it every day for a month, and it's just like your skin had a facial. Olay Daily Facials. Proven to cleanse and exfoliate like a facial.
Now that heat is good for your hair, embrace it. Turn heat into beautiful hair with Thermosilk.
You're on camera.
Oh,
Say cheese.
Cheese?
Yeah. You are really. Oh, my gosh. That's a camera for TV. Can you say cheese?
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm all red. I'm like, she's insane.
Say cheese. Say cheese.
Cheese. Cheese. Cheese.
You're on TV.
I am not.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
I'm Vidal Sassoon. To stay at the cutting edge of hair care, I asked our creative team to choose the best-selling products in the world, then challenged our scientists to develop an entirely new range our stylists liked even more. The result? VS Sassoon. Professional hair washers, stylers, and finishers that let you create the look that captures you.
She is one of the most beautiful women on the face of the earth.
She's number one.
I'm sure that nobody is looking at me.
She's sexy. She's smart. She's a superstar.
It's about resilience, being able to deal with a lot of rejection and knowing somebody's going to see what you have to offer and you know, you just have to hang in there.
We get the story of her rise to the top.
I feel like I fight and I work hard for what I have, so I'm proud of it.
Jennifer Lopez, Speakeasy, Wednesday on Much More Music.
You can run, but you can't hide. The space invasion is coming this way. Stay tuned.
Many Canadians who want to stay healthy are searching the internet for their health information, but there is so much stuff out there. And that's why we've created the Canadian Health Network, a partnership of hundreds of organizations and governments who've come together as a one-stop source for trustworthy, timely, and useful health information on the internet. Connect to health information you can trust. The Canadian Health Network. A message from the Government of Canada.
Has gone bad after one crazy night. He's got a mean headache, and he's in Atlantic Creek's a mean business.
It's what I call a bad fur day.
Space wants you to tell us in 25 words or less what happened to Conker the night before. 5 of the most creative entries will win an N64 system and 5 N64 games, including the breakthrough. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh my giddy eye.
Log on to spacecast.com or call us at 1-877-SPACE-WIN with your entry. There's a good story behind the Bad Fur Day. And we're waiting to hear it.
What I find unique about the show is the visual style. It doesn't look like anything else that's on television right now. And that's certainly, the work of Stephen Roloff, our production designer, but also, the way it's shot, the way it's lit, the way the talons are made up, the choice of locations that are being used, the wardrobe, right through the whole show.
This model here was actually an original concept for what the aliens might look like, Dawn and Zor, in their native form.
The makeup in total is 3 hours and 15 minutes officially. We start by getting the hair ready, gelling the hair back, and then the headpiece goes on, and that gets glued down. A significant amount of the time is taken up with dealing with the edges, the point where the foam stops and the skin begins, because that has to be seamless. So we spend a lot of time filling those, and the joins between the foam pieces, joins between skin and foam. Then the color's done, and there's, like I said, there's 3 colors. The head's more or less a consistent color. There's some different colors in the cheeks, different colors around the eyes. But that pretty much takes us the whole time, and it's much quicker said than done.
The costumes themselves are based on a lot of stretch fabric and then based on woven metal. And so I've sort of incorporated a lot of modern textiles. And the exterior is meant to look sculptural. The tailons are supposed to be androgynous. So the other part of the costume is a whole understructure that is muscular, but not really. It's to change them from being a given sex to another sex And so you can't really tell what they are.
This is the first alien environment that we built. It's the office for Dawn, our central enigmatic character who is an alien representative in North America. And Dawn is kind of a diplomatic character, a statesman. So I wanted to create a place that was more of the audition space, or because this place is more of the kind of the audience room for a diplomat. So in here I'm going off of, again, I define as many conventions as I could all at once. There's no straight lines. They use ramps. They don't use staircases. Everything is curved. It's all nonlinear architecture. There is a bad backdrop of Washington that's not lit properly out there. The bones, these structural elements, the beams and columns, the framing system of the building as it's called, are all composites of plastics, metals, high-density foam, auto body filler, all sorts of compounds like that, and lots of human sweat that arrived at kind of a structure that was supposed to emulate human bones with tendons and ligaments, that kind of feeling, because I wanted, again, the feeling that the building's growing.
The mothership, being an organically engineered life form, is designed to regenerate itself.
This is the bridge of the mothership. Once we had made all our mistakes and gone through our learning curve on Dawn's office, we decided to throw up the bridge of the mothership. Zor needs to hatch his nefarious plot somewhere. This is it.
Captain Marquette.
You have something special in mind, Zor?
As a matter of fact, I do.
The structural elements in this ship are actually modeled after shrimp bones, magnified hundreds of times. Unlike other bridges and other shows, I wanted to keep things very mobile, so there's no seating. There's only one chair. That's for the master. Everybody else is on their feet, which keeps the scenes more kinetic. The actors have to move around, and the directors have more freedom to move than if they're static. Yeah, we're going to be seeing more and more green in studios. I mean, I think we're not many years away from basically walking into a green studio and having actors staring at little crosshatch marks on the green fabric. But this is a hybrid set. This environment is half computer generated and half real. The part of the half real here is this is the interior set, which is getting some fauna attached to it, flora, of our flying shuttle. And in the mythology, again, I wanted to basically, not having all the money in the world to reinvent the wheel, to at least take a slightly different take on a lot of traditional tried and true things. So one of them was how people fly things, how they work controls. So this is not controlled. There's no sticks. There's no joystick. There's no button switches. The pilot is here basically and moves his or her arms in three-dimensional space. And there's a series of interactive holographic controls that appear visually and around the pilot. So they basically gesture the ship through flight.
There up ahead, on the coast. Port. Fishing village, maybe.
Visual effects on Earth Final Conflict is a very important part of the show, and it's a unique part of the show because we, in terms of visual effects, are responsible for doing what the show either cannot do, live action when they're shooting on the day, or is too expensive to do, or is too dangerous to do. On a typical Earth Final Conflict episode, we do between 60 and 100 effect shots per show. Now that can include shots as simple as filling in a monitor and as complicated as a space battle occurring.
That's great.
So in this case, the writers decided they wanted to do an episode based on sort of a WWF-style physical contest that our aliens have created as another ingenious way of testing humans through Earth Final Conflict. There's no out-and-out war. The aliens are manipulating people.
Hadar, where two warriors meet in combat.
The nature of the game is, of course, is that it's G1 gravity. And wherever you go in the sphere is the G1 gravity. So you can walk at any level, sideways, upside down, wherever you are. So, of course, we're doing inverted lenses, a lot of camera tricks, rotating sets, and, you know, the simple things that we take for granted. It takes a while to get your head around. That's amazing.
Stephen Roloff approached us fairly early in the development of Hadar because he was concerned about the ability to pull off this idea of an anti-gravity game, or a game where all of the gravity occurs from the center outwards. Our process was to find a way to make it as simple as possible for them to shoot these scenes, but also be able to make those wires and other things that were necessary to shoot them invisible to the audience once they got to see the final shot. Also, we were responsible for creating the ball that appears in the center of the game, from which lasers can be fired, or from which the fighter could stick their staff into it and then use it to swing around to another platform inside the game. And that was all created 100% in CG.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is incredible action.
It really is a team process to complete all of this, because we have to constantly recognize where our strengths are, what our limits are in terms of being able to deliver these things on time, and also looks good. That's the most important part. Satisfies the audience.
Now! We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.
Join in the adventure. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World. Saturdays on Space.